Hello everyone, this is Redragon back on the DC Universe online test server, and in this video I'll be covering the next seasonal up, and that is Valentine's Day, which should be continuing right after the anniversary ends. We're going to be looking at things in the normal order. So Feats first, then vendor, and then we'll take a detailed look at the rewards. Okay, so the last three here are the new ones. Pretty sure that's an old one. Wet paint material. That should be interesting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is probably tintable. Because it doesn't specify color, and, you know, paint could be any color. So it should be interesting to see what kind of texture they apply. 9 base items. Oh, wow. They are going with the checklist. And it's more than 5, so yeah, this is not good. They're going back in the old direction. Okay, hopefully we can get them to turn this, because this really should not be the case. Let's see, craft supply. Now this would be easy if there are only 9 base items. But still, I would prefer not to have this, because I'm sure there's some of these items that I'm probably not going to use. But in a case like this, you're just going to have to get them. Okay, color me impressed. So they're going with artist stuff. Painter's smock and painter's pants. Okay, so in the House of Legends we have the quest. Is there a vault? There's no Valentine's Day vault. Alright, so I think this goes to the race. I'm used to skipping the race because simply it takes too long, so I just forfeit the marks and just hit it with my hit everything else with my alt army. So yeah, Valentine's Day doesn't have a vault. Yeah, it's been like that every year. I'm just not remembering correctly. Okay, so jumping to the vendor. Got the wet paint material. We can take a look at the smock. Yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at these items with no material. Alright, so let me grab these, because space is limited. So that should pop a feat. 2-piece style, and then the 1 material should pop another feat. And base items. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so there are exactly 9. So it does make it easy to collect. I just think we need some freedom here. Alright, so consuming the 9 base items should pop another feat. We're going to start off by looking at the styles. I removed all the other slots, and I took out the materials. So we're just going to look at the head and chest items, if I could find them again. Yeah, this is a challenge if you don't note them. Okay, so it's Love Struck Painter. So it is pretty simple. Let's take a look at the slots. Okay, so the first one is basically the smock. The second one is one paint color, and the third one is a second paint color, I think. Wait a second. It looks like one of them is locked to red. Is that right? So the third slot is the shirt. But watch, when I make the shirt one of these colors though, there are still like red splotches on there. Okay, so let's go with white, yellow, black, and we'll do the same with the pants. White, yellow, and black. Okay, so there are some other locked colors on there. Okay, so this is a better detailed look if we come out of the menu. Yeah, it's a pretty detailed set. Okay, so now we're going to look at the material, and I'm going to go to the one material style, and we're just going to replace that first one. What does wet paint look like? Wait, that icon looks like a chroma though. That's weird. Okay, so as I guessed, it does look like it's tintable. Yeah, it's got the 3 slots. Yeah, this is fully tintable. So yeah, this should be, the name of this should be Wet Paint Chroma, because it's got the 3 items. And obviously the reason why there aren't 3 versions of it is because it's all 3 slots in the chroma are tintable. But it is a chroma, it is not a material. Let me make this all one color for now. And the hands are, no, hands are gonna be, I'm gonna leave the other stuff with the other, the other material. Okay, so the legs, we're gonna go all yellow. So right now I'm just gonna be looking at the texture. Or actually there might not even be a texture on this. Are they calling it wet paint just simply because it's a fully tintable chroma? Oh no, there is an animation to it. It looks like, it kind of looks like it's dripping down, or it's just shiny. Is it dripping? Yeah, there does seem to be a slow drip to it. Okay, let's see if it's more noticeable if I make it black. You can often see the differences with black. Oh wow, this is really nice. So if you missed out on black neon, this is pretty close. And also without the neon slot. So now we've seen like a dark and a light version of this chroma. Yeah, so basically this is probably the most useful chroma in the game. Like, it should be able to unite any of the parts. And then you could tint each slot. Yeah, we don't have anything like that. To be honest, like, this should be at character creation, because that would truly let you be able to match any of the parts together. So yeah, you should definitely get this on every character. Alright, so I played with the material in a bit more detail, and basically I colored this costume like close to what a chroma would look like. So if we zoom in on it, it doesn't add too much of a texture, but you do see like the dripping paint. And it does unify things pretty well. So in this like mismatched set, I chose white to be the main armor, and then there's a yellow trim, and then the accessory items like decorations are red. So it's kind of similar to what that magnetic chroma looks like, except that is only with one tintable slot. And the nice thing about it, which I also demonstrated here, is I left some of the items in another material. So that means with this setup, you can have your 3 colors as the wet paint. And because it's fully tintable and it's only one, it's like a single chroma variant, it leaves the other 2 slots still open to color other items. So moving on to the base items. Okay, so that's a painter's easel, but with no canvas. Got some paint cans. Okay, so there's an easel with with a painting on it. I was wondering why that was a floor item, because it sounded like it was a painting. I'm gonna have to move this somewhere else. I want to be able to actually see what it is. Oh wow. So Superman and Lois in Smallville. I wonder what artist did that. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, the rest should be wall items, I think. Oh, okay, so they've got some emblems. Okay, so let's see, that's 5, 6, 7. And we've got some bookshelves. Let's get a closer look at this stuff. So if you wanted to do an artist studio, this is the seasonal to farm the items for it. Obviously in the game there's plenty of paintings already. And we do have a few table items that can pass as art studio items. There's like the drafting table. I think there's multiple drafting tables. So yeah, these bookshelves add some variety, because we have a lot of shelves that just have books on them. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool set. It's probably a little bit more targeted as opposed to generic. And the seasonal itself, like maybe the last half year at least of seasonals, is pretty simple. Easy to collect the items and not too many of them to be overwhelming. So yeah, that's kind of the way I like it. I mean, I don't want these to be too involved really. I still think they run too long. They should be like at least half the length of what they are. Especially now that we have all 12 months filled with something. You know, I'd rather just get to the rest of the game and, you know, let these seasonals pass by quickly. But yeah, it happens in parallel. There's, whatever, 365 days almost of seasonal. And 365 days of DLC content, so. But anyway, that's it from here. Thanks for watching and happy hunting.